40 floors above the street, where the clouds and concrete meet. Everything is small and gold, stories that were never told. Trace your shadow on the pane, mixed with neon in the rain. Looking down at all the lights in the middle of the night. Gravity is letting go. Keep it steady, keep it low. Floating in this crystal box, ticking like the midnight clocks. Through the vapor, through the glass, watching all the world bypass. Ice is melting in the cup. Don't you ever wake me up. City's just a blur of red, spinning circles in my head. Cotton sheets and cooling skin, where the quietness begins. In the grain of every breath, nothing left to say or guess. The air is thick with you. Whatever you want to do. Floating in this crystal box, ticking like the midnight clocks. Through the vapor, through the glass, watching all the world bypass. Just a into the low, into the free. Sway with me, sway with me. This is where I need to be. My interior tide moves quietly, without the drama of the sea. Just a gentle shifting privately between the versions of me. Interior tide, in and out, moving without fear or doubt. Interior tide, mine and deep, a rhythm that I always keep. Some in the tides bring clarity, some bring the fall back in. I've stopped expecting parity between where I've been and where I begin. Interior tide, in and out, moving without fear or doubt. Interior tide, mine and deep, a rhythm that I always keep. Trust the interior tide, it knows where it's going. Even when you don't, even when you can't follow. Out, the interior tide knows. Low season in the city is my favorite kind of season. Not the tourist and the pretty, just the city without reason to perform for anyone. Low season, honest ground, the city's most authentic sound. Low season, dark and clear, the city at its best all year. Low season, cold regular and the real. Low season, that's the deal. The restaurant's half empty, the streets without the weekend. More of the city's plenty available, the deep end of the actual place. Low season, honest ground, the city's most authentic sound. Low season, dark and clear, the city at its best all year. Low season, cold and white, the city with nowhere to hide behind the crowds and the events. The city without its pretense, just the regular and the real. Low season, that's the deal. Low season, when the city stops trying, most beautiful then. The patient dark waits every evening for me to finally arrive, without judging or deceiving, just glad to find me still alive. The patient dark, always here, never asking, never fear. The patient dark, warm and wide, everything I need inside. It never rushes me to sleep or asks me why I'm still awake. The patient dark agrees to keep whatever of me I can make. The patient dark, always here, never asking, never fear. The patient dark, warm and wide, everything I need inside. The dark is more patient than anything, more patient than daylight, more patient than people, more patient than time. The patient dark, always waiting for honest dark doesn't pretend, doesn't dress itself in color. It just arrives at the end and makes the ordinary fuller. The honest dark, mine to own, the truest version of the known. The honest dark, soft and white, everything that lives inside without the daylight's filter on. Just what remains when pretense is gone. I've come to prefer the honest dark to the versions of myself I curate. The dark strips back the performative arc and leaves what's genuinely great. The honest dark, mine to own, the truest version of the known. The honest dark, soft and white, everything that lives inside without the daylight's filter on. Just what remains when pretense is gone. The honest dark, stripping everything back. Just what's real, just this. Keep moving through the night. Keep moving toward the light. Keep moving, soft and slow and grooving. Keep moving into everything worth proving. Keep moving, soft and slow and grooving. Keep moving into everything worth proving. Keep moving. Please keep moving. Slow, but always moving. shallow ones before midnight. Something about the 3 and 4 a.m. that makes the ordinary feel right. Deep hours, mine to own. The hours when I'm most alone and most myself and most at peace with everything I can't release. Deep hours, warm and real, the only time I fully feel. I've made my home in the deep hours, not out of insomnia or pain, but because the pre-dawn powers are softer than the rest of the terrain. Deep hours, mine to own. The hours when I'm most alone and most myself and most at peace with everything I can't release. Deep hours, warm and real, the only time I fully feel. Deep hours. tight. Everything receding. What remains is mine. Night margin of the city is the strip between the lit and the dark, the gritty edge where the two split, and neither fully claims. Night margin, mine to walk. Night margin, no one's talk. Night margin, dark and wide. Night margin, step inside. I walk the night margin of every city I have known. The particular bargain of the edge, the zone between the bright and the abandoned. Night margin, mine to walk. Night margin, no one's talk. Night margin, dark and wide. Night margin, step inside. Night margin, the most interesting strip of any city, where the light gives up and the dark hasn't quite claimed it yet. That's where I walk. I know your frequency by heart, the way your body knows the code. We've never needed words to start or finish what the night has told. No frequency, no need to search. Already tuned, already perched. No frequency, warm and clear, the signal I most want to hear. No frequency, hold 3 degrees colder than the room is how I run most evenings. Not enough to fill a room with gloom, just a particular leaning of a specific interior temperature. 3 degrees colder, mine to own, the particular of the known. 3 degrees colder, dark and clear, the most comfortable version here. 3 degrees colder, cold and white, the temperature I keep inside. Not dramatic, cannot ice, just precisely calibrated. 3 degrees colder, that's the price. Temperature I've always rated. Occasionally, the particular coolness of the air around me, not exceptionally cold, just the 3 degree there below the average room. 3 degrees colder, mine to own, the particular of the known. 3 degrees colder, dark and clear, the most comfortable version here. 3 degrees colder, cold and white, the temperature I keep inside. Not dramatic, cannot iced, just precisely calibrated. 3 degrees colder, that's the price. Temperature I've always rated. 3 degrees colder, not cold, just precisely not warm. The exact right temperature, mine. The open room receives whatever comes, without editing or asking why. It holds the silence and the hums of everything that passes by. Open room, this is mine. Everything inside is fine. Open room, wide and real, the only space where I can feel everything without the walls. The daylight builds before it falls. refurbishments. The bartender, the corner shop, the woman in the basement, laundry room, the stop, a nod of mutual recognition without names, known by sight. That's enough. Known by sight, not the stuff. Known by sight, dark and wide. Known by sight, step inside. Known by sight, that's enough. Known by sight, not the stuff. Known by sight, dark and wide. Known by sight, step inside. Known by sight is the perfect degree of urban intimacy. Neither cold nor the direct warmth of particular proximity, just the nod. Known by sight, that's enough. Known by sight, not the stuff. Known by sight, dark and wide. Known by sight, step inside. Known by sight. The ideal social contract. Recognition without obligation. The city at its most civilized. City at the edge of dark is where I wanna take you. Through every lit and glowing part before the morning comes to shake you. Pink city, yours and mine. Everything's soft and fine. Pink city, walk with me through the version that only we can see. Pink city, warm and white, right here on the romantic side. Not the city of the day, with all its need and urgency, but the pink and giving way the city has for you and me. just a minute of it. The residual of the evening sits with me past midnight. Not the drama or the grieving, just the residue of right and wrong decisions cooling. The residual mind to hold, the story already told. The residual dark and clear, everything that lingers here. The residual cold and white, the honest settling inside. After the evening has passed through and left its particular residue, a mood and thought and what I said. The residual before the bed. I've learned to sit with the residual without trying to resolve it. The gradual and the ritual of just letting it dissolve into the next morning. The residual mind to hold, the story already told. The residual dark and clear, everything that lingers here. The residual cold and white, the honest settling inside. After the evening has passed through and left its particular residue of mood and thought and what I said. The residual before the bed.